Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing great this morning. Hey, would you do me a favor? If you can hear me, would you please raise your hand? Everything on my side says that. Thank you, Renee. Everything on my side says that everything is working. Thanks, Esther. Thanks, Brittany. Bob, awesome. Great to see you guys, everybody this morning. Sylvie, Tracy, okay. It looks like we're good to go. Um, I want to do a few shout outs. Wow, this is great. We have people in from Missouri. Um, Let me see. Missouri, Amteco, Michigan, HTE, Nebraska. Welcome everybody. Omaha Home Sales. Great to see you today. Arizona, Romance Global Travel, Romance Globe Travel. Cindy Lee Designs. Great to see you again, Cindy. It's great to see you here. Massachusetts, Texas Career Solutions. James, great to see you. Maryland, California, Michigan. Wow, the list goes on and on. You guys are awesome. Great to see you here. South Dakota, Financial Markets. California, Gemstone. Wow, great to see everybody. And I'm going to try to answer all of your questions today. A lot of good questions. How to use social media effectively. Someone is taking over mail outs from someone else. Want to get caught up to date on social media marketing, how to be more successful, how to use social media better. A lot of good questions. One of the people asked new technique, other things I don't already do for my office. By the time today is over, what I expect is that I will have answered all of your questions. So as I go through here, I should hit on everything. So we'll get going. And what we're going to talk about is simple ways to generate business with social media in 2016. There's some simple marketing strategies that you can use day to day that'll generate business. Some of what I'm going to show you isn't necessarily like going to generate business for you, but if you do the things the way I'm going to point out to you today, it will not push business away, if that makes any sense to you. Because when you do social media marketing, and somebody in one of the questions said that they wanted to learn social media marketing, so a little bit about social media marketing so they didn't sound like a used car salesman. I totally agree. I see some people on social media and that's what they do, is sound like a used car salesman. So I found some ways to generate business and I want to share those with you. And as, whoops, as far as I go, I am Mike Bitter. I'm the founder and CEO of Affordable Social Media, and we do everything we can to find efficiencies in what we do so we can stay affordable. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today. Also, what I'm going to be showing you today is part of a bigger program that Constant Contact put together, and there's a workbook that goes along with it. If you go out to my website, mikebitter.com/GYB, which is Grow Your Business Workbook, you can download the workbook that goes along with this. It's a great workbook. What the workbook does is it walks you through setting up a social media campaign. It's a step-by-step guide. I really like it. So it works really well. Get in touch with me. Send me an email, mike@asmomaha.com. I'm on Facebook, Mike R. Bitter. Mike Bitter, believe it or not, was already taken. But out on Twitter, I am Mike Bitter. You can also see me on Instagram. And there's a couple of other places you'll see me around over time. I am a Constant Contact authorized local expert. So I want to share a little bit with you about Constant Contact. I believe in Constant Contact. I have used a lot of systems in my day for email marketing, autoresponder, reaching out, building my clientele, and I keep coming back to Constant Contact. Over on the far left-hand side, Constant Contact, you know what they're known for, mostly for email marketing, but also they're known for a product called EventSpot. If you have events that people register for, this is a perfect way of doing it. Not only is it easy to set up a landing page, but Constant Contact will also build a registration page. And when people register, you collect their email address. While they're in EventSpot, which goes back into your email marketing, it grows your email marketing database. Also, social campaigns. This is a great way to turn your fans into customers by offering coupons, downloads, all kinds of information on Facebook. I've used it several times and it works really well. Surveys are a great way for you to find out how you're doing with your clientele. If you take something like just email marketing, it's like $20 a month. For this entire array of tools, it's like $40 a month. It's like $45 a month. So that kind of gives you an idea of Constant Contact. Okay, and if you want to get started, Constant Contact gives you a 60-day free trial. You can try all these products. Just go to www.asmemailmarketing.com and sign up. And then they see that you all came from my webinar, which is awesome too. Okay, just think about it. Think about the people that are around you. How many people do you know that are on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter? Sometimes you'll run into people who are on Facebook. Other times you're going to run into people who are on LinkedIn. Other times even a fewer number of people are on Twitter. But chances are nobody is on all three of them, or at least not on a regular basis. And there's also people that are on Pinterest, Instagram, and YouTube. Some people I know, they just love YouTube videos, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're a Facebook or a LinkedIn person. Now, think about this. How many people do you know have email? Okay. All people that have email marketing, it's an incredible number. And what I'm going to show you today is how to tie social together with email. It's all one big business plan, the way we look at it and what we've been most successful with. One thing you want to keep in mind is mobile and how fast mobile is coming along. Right now, out of 6 billion people on the planet, 4.8 billion have a mobile device. Just think about that. Think about this statistic though. Only 4.2 billion people own a toothbrush. Okay, so what are the other 600,000 people doing? Well, I figured they probably have a virtual toothbrush or there's some kind of a toothbrush application on their phone. Keep in mind, more than 50% of people who have emails that have an email account only check their email on a smartphone, on mobile. Okay, now let's talk about marketing. Marketing has changed. This is the way it used, on the left-hand side is the way that it used to be. Traditional marketing. It's the funnel effect. You have this sales funnel and you put as many people as you can up into the top of your funnel. So you're finding people and you keep putting them into your funnel, and then as you go down, out of all the people you put into your funnel, there's even a lower number of people that will actually convert, and then the number of people that actually stay is even smaller than that. Well, what we've done with social media marketing is we've turned that funnel around. Now, this is the new marketing. the marketing that's happening now in social media, you have to find less people, because with social media marketing, you tap into other people's markets. You find people outside of your sphere of influence. And because you're going through other people's markets, you're just letting people know the product and service that you have, but because other people will see it and they recommend you, you have a higher conversion rate, and even a higher number of people actually stay with you, using your product, using your service. So this is the way marketing happens nowadays, and that's what I want to show you is some ways to do that with social media marketing. Because the new word of mouth is engagement. It's engaging with people who want your product or service. If you remember, long time ago, there was what would happen was two neighbors would get together over the back fence, or maybe three. Maybe it was your neighbor or your neighbor and your neighbor's wife, and you're talking over the back fence, and you share something with them, and now three people know about it, or two people, you and the person or people on the other side of the fence. And that is about as far as it went. And then what happened is social media marketing came along. And when social media marketing came along, this is what happened. It's no longer just talking across the fence. Now you can broadcast. On my Twitter, I have over 14,000 people. So I have an equally large email database. So what happens is now, instead of me just sharing it with my neighbor, I can go out and share something with 14,000 people if I want. That's the cool thing about social media. Also, you have an advantage. You have an advantage. You can be your authentic self, and that's what we want to do in social media marketing. You want to be yourself. This is one of the things, is it enough to just look good? Well, it's great. It's eye candy. It keeps people involved. But what you really want is a response. And you want people to be able to connect with you from as many different places as you can. If you're putting out an email, you want to have something that leads people back to your social. Okay, so you're connecting your email with your social. If you have email marketing and you're in social, you want to pull people from your social back into your email marketing also. You want to make it possible for them to go back and forth. This is what I'm talking about. At its core, marketing is about, first you have to elicit a physical and measurable response. How do you know what's happening on the other side? It's like if a radio or television ad goes out. The only response you have is whether somebody actually comes to your store, gives you a call, something from that advertisement, but you don't necessarily know how many people are watching it. So what we want is we want to elicit that response. Okay, we're going to talk about three things today. We're going to set some marketing goals and objectives. I'm going to show you how to run campaigns on the channels that matter and get measurable results. At the end, I'm going to let you know right up front, I'm also going to make you an offer for an upcoming LinkedIn webinar course that goes in depth into one of these channels, which is LinkedIn. Okay, first thing, setting marketing goals. This is one of the things that I see a lot of people struggle with, because when they start social media marketing, it's like, I just want everything. But the first thing is you need to set a goal. What do you want to do? Do you want to go beyond your sphere of influence and reach new customers? Do you want to stay within your sphere and drive repeat business? If you have leads, do you want to nurture them? So First thing is set your goals. Now let's go down into your objectives. You need to be more specific when you go to objectives. Remember, what you're trying to do is elicit a response. So if you look at the objectives that I have, drive donations, deliver content to trade show leads, and fill seats on a Sunday night, think about which one of those are actually measurable. Something that you can look at and say, yes, my marketing went well. That marketing campaign did this. The one thing I have there is filling seats on a Sunday night. You know how well your marketing went with that. Driving donations, you may or may not know where those donations came from, and delivering content to trade show leads, you don't get a response from it. You don't know if people are interested in it. So what action should you take? One of the things we want to do is think about one thing at a time. You want to keep people's options limited. Sometimes when you give people too much information, they get overwhelmed. So what we want to do is we want to run campaigns on the channels that matter. And I'm going to kind of take a break here real quick. If you have a question, put it in the question box. I will answer it. Also, I will be sending out this webinar to you, so you will be getting it. It's going to take me about 2 to 3 days to get it together, but I will be sending it to you so you can review it, because I'm covering a lot of information and I'm covering it rather quickly. And I usually do that with my presentations, is I'll send out the recorded version of it. Okay, let's talk about campaigns. So what is a campaign? There's two parts to it. You want to push content because you want to pull a response. You want people to engage with you. You want to get something for the content that you're pushing. Okay, types of campaigns. A welcome campaign. Welcome to, here's a welcome offer to come to my business. But there's other types of welcome campaigns, and what you need to do is figure out which one works for you. Here are some others. Let's have a discussion about your product or service or what you do. Make an offer. Share information with people. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. When you share information with people, they see that you're open and they're like, wow, they must care about me. Fundraising, building your networks, these are all types of campaigns which should go back up to your goals. What are your goals for your campaign? And then how do you fit your goals into a type of campaign? One of the things that people always ask me is, so what do I write about? What kind of information do I put into my social network? There are things that you know about that other people don't. There's things you know about that I don't. Kinetico water. There are things that I don't know about drinking water, and I don't know about getting clear water, good water. You would. So that's what you want to share with people. You want to share information that you have, and you have access to information that I don't. You don't necessarily have to be original, but be interesting and relevant. Be interesting and relevant to your clientele or to your audience. I'm going to show you how you find out whether you're interesting and relevant in just a minute. So how much is enough? Less is more. If you put out too much information, people get bogged down, they miss your point. So to generate business, what you need to do is you need to focus on one thing, one topic, one subject, or maybe two if you feel that your audience is capable of taking on more than one subject. And what I mean is not that they're not capable. Everybody is intelligent, but that you don't lose them. And this is what I was talking about, the difference between generating business and making sure you don't lose potential business. If you give people too much information, they'll just go, well, I don't know what they're talking about, or it's too much information, or I don't have time for it right now. Keep in mind, 50% or more than 50% of people check their email on their smartphone, and most people that I know of, about 60 to 75% of people check their social on their smartphone. So keep in mind the size of their screen. They don't have a really big screen, so if you put a lot of information, they're going to have a hard time seeing it all. This is another high-level question that I get answered a lot. I get asked. So what do I write about? Here are some things that I've seen that to write about. This one was something, this group was featured in Time magazine, and so what they're doing is they're just telling people that they were featured in Time magazine. If you are going to an event, a conference, anything like that, tell people about it. If there's a newspaper article written about you, let people know. October specials, if you have a special going on, let people know about it. This is an event that was in New York City, or it's coming up. It says join us this summer, and right away you see what it is. Underneath join us this summer, there's the dates, and then it says join our cause. So just looking at that, you see where it is, when it is, and then what it is. It's a cause. People are getting together. This is a B2B piece, and you kind of see what that B2B type of things that you can talk about. Do you have a company Facebook page? Increase user interaction. Share things that are interesting and relevant to people. I know this just popped up. It caught your eye though. Well, of course, the graphic caught your eye, the legs that are on the right-hand side, but also the black and the red caught your eye too. It's just a color. It just kind of popped out at you. So what do you write about? Here is an unusual evening. It's an event going on at Asbury Lanes. One of the things that I tell people to do and I try to show them how to do is repurpose and reuse their content. If you have something that you sent out in email, what you want to do is you also want to share that information on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest. If it's a video, YouTube. You only have so much time in a day. The information that you put out in email, or go the other way, if it's in social media, maybe you want to put that same article into your email marketing. Chances are you're going to have somewhat of a different audience between each one of these social sites. Okay, these are some offers. These are things that you can offer people that you get some kind of a response. You get some kind of a measurable response. That's what you want. If somebody is going to download something, you're going to know when they download it if you're making that offer. B2B services. People are going to call you and talk to you about your services, hints and tips. All of these things get a lot of traction. They get a lot of visibility. Once you get people starting to look at you, starting to see you, you start getting traction with people, you start getting engagement, that's what's going to generate business for you in social media marketing. Okay, pictures. Pictures are huge. Let me show you how huge. Well, I'll show you that in a little bit. This one always catches me off guard, and when you see the next slide, you'll see why. Some channels are great with visuals. Email is good. Of course, Instagram, Pinterest is virtually nothing but pictures. And then Facebook is great when you make a post with a picture. Your visibility increases huge. So that's what you want to do. To generate to generate business, you need to be highly visible. Another thing to elicit a response is look at what Hot Dogs did for their 4th of July. First thing is they put a flag, which is going to capture my attention, and then they said, my favorite way to celebrate the 4th of July is, and then fill in the blank. Get people to engage with you. What is your favorite time of year? And if you can, and you can do this, wrap it back into your business. What you do with your business. Ask people a question. I've worked with Hot Dogs. They got I want to say the Entrepreneur Business of the Year last year with Constant Contact. Okay, this is the one that I always get ahead of myself. If you do a post on Facebook with a video, you can expect 100% more engagement. If you make a post with a picture, expect 120% more engagement. And if you have a post and a photo album, expect 180% more engagement. All a photo album is you're putting all of your photos about that event, that product, that service, all together onto Facebook at one time. You want to get visibility. Visibility generates business. Don't forget about people who are on mobile. Less is more. Focus on your topic. Keep people engaged in what you want them to stay engaged with. So which channels matter? Depends on your audience, what you want them to do. I'm going to throw email up again. Of course, I'm a huge advocate of email, but one thing we want to do, again, remember on this, the social side of things, email plus social, use both and amplify your email on your social media network. And then you're on your social media network, you drive traffic back to your email list from your social media network. And that's one cool thing that Constant Contact does is, if you remember the social campaigns that Constant Contact has or that they offer, you can say, I have the 5 ways to save you money. If you would like the 5 ways to save you money, give us your email address. It pops up on Facebook. You have a link. You can send that out to people. And now when people are on Facebook, you can use that same link on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Pinterest. You can put it on your G+. People click on it because they want the information, give you their email address. Their email address goes back into your email marketing system. And that's where we've done our best for our clients, is actually moving people from the social side of the house over into email marketing. And I told you I would show you how to put them together, and I just did. If you're doing email marketing, think about the last time you looked at an email and you said, am I going to look at it now, later, or never? Now is now, but you also know what later or never means. And these words rule the digital world. Now, later, or never, because a lot of times later becomes never. So you need to get your email opened to get people to look at it. People look at several things. It usually takes them 2 seconds to decide whether they're going to open your email. They're going to look at the who's it from and what's the subject. If they look at who's it from, they don't recognize the person, they may never open it. If they recognize you, they'll look at the subject and see if it interests them. The other thing to consider is timing. When do you send your communication? Mostly everybody on the line today has email marketing of some sort. Go back and look at the last 2 probably about the last 6 months of your email marketing. See when you send it out and see if a time of day matters. See if you see a difference between it. Who's it from? You want to be most recognizable, and what you want to do is whatever you are using in LinkedIn, Instagram, Google+, Facebook, you also want to use the same from on whenever you're doing email marketing, so people will get used to seeing you. Again, it's about being recognized. Can spam act? Keep that in mind when you're email marketing. You may want to kind of review this from the FTC. Constant contact pretty much protects you from a lot of the things of the Can Spam Act that you could get in trouble with. Okay, look like you, brand consistency, colors, have the same colors. And these are a couple of third-party pieces of software that you can use. On the far left is ColorCop. ColorCop is really easy to use, and what I mean is sometimes you'll have your website and there will be a color on your website and you want to match it on something else and you're having a really hard time matching it. ColorCop.net is free, and all you have to do is download it. Then you click on the little dropper and you drag the dropper over a color, and you're going to get a color number that tells you exactly what that color is, and you're also going to get your RGB data. So whichever way you like using it, this is a great way to figure out what your colors are. Pixar is another one, and if you have a Mac, Digital Color Meter is what you would use. That provides the same capability. You want to have brand consistency. Look great, again, brand consistency even goes into your emails. Colors, pictures, make sure that you maintain the same theme from one social site to the other, because this is another way that you can lose business. If you have something on your Facebook page and it's a link to one of your other social sites, like maybe back to your website, what you want is you want your color scheme and as much of it to look similar, so when people click on something and they go to another one of your social sites or your website, it looks the same and they don't have to ask the question, am I still in the same network, or did I get hijacked? So it's really important to maintain brand consistency. And that also generates business over time because people start seeing it. Okay, your subject or headline takes 2 seconds for people to decide based on your subject or headline whether they're going to open it. Usually the first couple of words will help them decide. 2 seconds, 2 words to see if they're going to open it today, or is it going to become a later or never. Here's some subject lines to kind of look at. Winning the battle of priorities. Read them all the way through. $5 free to be naughty or nice. Okay, that's a burrito restaurant. And not every one of these headlines fit every business, but it kind of gives you a variety to look at. You have to find out what works for your business. When to send and post. This is what I call when to send and post. For social media, we're going to talk about 333 here in a minute. Social media, about 3 to 5 times per week is plenty. Use automated tools to help. Use automated tools to help as much as you can to kind of lighten the load. And for email, monthly is most common, and find out when your audience is most likely to take the action that you want, and that's when you need to send out your email. Also, find your best day. Here we go. This is the 333 principle. Divide your list into 3 groups of people. Select 3 days in the week to test. and send your email on those 3 days, and then watch for the best response. The other thing that I would do, and we're going to get to this on the next slide, I believe, is that what you want to do is pick a time during the day. What we do is, I've broke this out. We divide our list into 3 groups, select 3 days, send your emails, watch the best response. And then to find the best time, select 3 times on the day with the best results. Use the same groups of people and send the email at those times during the day. So 3 groups, 3 days, 3 times on each group. You find your best time to best day and best time to post. Then you start putting things together. You know that people are going to be more likely during those days and those times to connect with you. Don't be romanced by high open rates. I love looking at high open rates because that means I reached people, but what we want is we want to get a response. We want to measure the action of your email. Okay, here's some practical advice. Text links get more clicks than buttons. Not sure why, but they do. Put your logo to the left of your email. The reason is, keep in mind, over 50% of people check their email only on a mobile device. What emails do, if they are not mobile ready, is that they eclipse to the right. That means that everything on the right side is going to be cut off and people are going to have to scroll to the right, and then they scroll back to the left. I think we've all done that. If your logo is on the left, as soon as people open it, boom, they're going to see your logo. That's what you want. You want that visibility. You kind of know about the scroll line. That is the line that is at the bottom of your screen. That is where, when people open it, the scroll line is below. The scroll line is what you cannot see. You want to make sure the most important information is above the scroll line. And like I said earlier, don't give people too many choices. It confuses them, and then you don't want to lose them, because then you could potentially lose that business. Make all images clickable, and before you send out an email, test it on yourself and your mobile device. Send it to yourself. Okay, getting measurable results. This is what we want. This is what we're looking for. We want people to take action. We want them to have a response. You want measurable responsive action. You want people to click on something, download it, donate if you're a nonprofit, come to the store, give us a call. Those are measurements of actions. These are things that are actionable. Okay, tools you need. Email marketing is hard to beat. It really is. There's lots of physical measurable response. If you have a good email marketing system and you put a link in your email, when someone clicks on that link, your email marketing system should not only tell you how many people clicked on that link, but it should tell you when and who they are. So you get a measurable response. It's easy to brand. It's easy to change colors and logos. I showed you how, I kind of talked to you about ColorCop and Pixar and the Mac version of finding out what color is like on your website that you also want to put into email marketing. It also helps you to measure and monetize your social media. Okay, we want to expand your reach. Your email are the people that you know. Let's go beyond that. What you want to do is you want to share your email back into your social. Again, this is something else that Constant Contact offers. I know I sound like a broken record, but they have social sharing that when you turn on Simple Share, it automatically shares to your Facebook, your Twitter, and your LinkedIn. Constant Contact has also come up with it's a new I want to say a new technique, a new process, that what you can do is after you've sent your email, you can go in and schedule your email to be posted, or a link to your email that you sent out to be posted on your Facebook, your Twitter, or your LinkedIn, and you can schedule it to be posted there. I suggest you do that because it's about visibility. It's another way to generate business. Social media buttons, use them. Use them on email marketing. Put them on your website. Connecticut Water did a really good job of that. I like that. That's kind of should be a basic part of your website and or your blog. And let people know. If you're on Facebook, let them know you have a Twitter account. If you're on LinkedIn, let people know that you have a Facebook or a Pinterest account. People want to connect with you. They want your product or service. They just don't know that you're offering it yet. Okay, tools to build your business, or tools to build your list. This is, I'm going back to email. This is offline. You can do it at checkout. Have a form when people are checking out that says, would you like to sign up for my email list? Or would you like to sign up for my email list? We'll be sending out an email once, at the most twice a month, and we're going to be making offers, keep you up on current changes, things like that. And we've had a lot of success with that. Registration forms where people register for maybe a drawing, so they have to fill out a card that has their name and their email address, or maybe slide something if you have a restaurant. Add it to the check at the end of the meal. You also, a good thing is to people listen to WIIFM, and that is what's in it for me. If you're going to do something like check at the end of the meal or maybe checkout, what you may want to do is have a drawing. With one of my clients, we do a drawing once a month for a free meal or for something free or a free service. And it just grows. It has been growing their list incredibly. Okay, join my mailing list on Facebook. There are tools that you can add an application that says join my list right into Facebook. And so what you're doing is you're giving people an opportunity to join your list. That gives you an opportunity to generate more business. Make sure you have put your email address here. Make sure these things are on your website, your blogs. Occasionally send out something on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and says, how would you like to join my email list? And then give them a link to a form that they can join your email list. Here's some other examples of it. Other tools, scan to join, text to join. Those are some other tools that, those are some things that Constant Contact has. There's iCapture Email, WiseStamp, Shoeboxed. You can take a look at those and see if any of those fit your business or fit your business model. Constant Contact tools. We've kind of come back around to this. Email marketing, we've talked about all of these already. I don't want to belabor it. If you're interested, if you don't have Constant Contact, if you go to asmemailmarketing.com, you can sign up for a 60-day free trial. Most people on the line today already have Constant Contact, and I appreciate you all being here. Also, there are some other tools. All these tools are free. Nutshell Mail by Constant Contact will send you an email every time somebody posts on one of your social sites. Hootsuite allows you, it's free. It allows you to make one post. You make the post in Hootsuite, and then you tell Hootsuite that you want it to post to your Facebook, your Twitter, your LinkedIn. You tell it what day and what time you want it to post, and it will post for you. Google Alerts. You can use Google Alerts to find out great information, especially if you want information on maybe your genre, your business, what's going on in the world, Google Alerts is a great place for that. Haha, I'm tweeting right now as we're talking. I am tweeting. Biggest thing is be yourself when you're doing this. You want to be yourself because that's what people are looking for. They know the used car salesman. How many people actually talk like a used car salesman? I mean, when a used car salesman, and I don't mean to belabor a used car salesman, and I don't want to belabor but it was one comment that I had is, you know, how do I not sound like a used car salesman? I keep using that. I need to stop doing it. But be yourself no matter what. Okay, another tool to expand your reach. I told you I would tell you about this. I am offering a 4-week LinkedIn webinar series. Just like what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to email you each week. So if you can't sit in on the Thursday sessions, they will be emailed to you, or I will give access to them to you. So you don't have to necessarily be there. You can go and visit them later. LinkedIn is what I found a lot of people have problems with. That's why I did the LinkedIn seminar. And I am going to kick off week number 1 on March 10th with advanced LinkedIn techniques. Last week I did an introductory LinkedIn techniques, and anyone that signs up, I'm going to give you access to the introductory. In addition to week 1 is going to be the advanced. I guess introductory is kind of like a bonus. Prospecting with a company page. I'm going to show you how to build a company page. I'm going to show you the benefits of it, and I'm going to show you how to prospect using your company page. I'm going to show you how to do the same thing with groups. Groups are a great way to get a lot of visibility, and then we're going to wrap it up with week 4. I'm going to give you tips and tricks to grow your prospects and generate business, grow your business with LinkedIn. Early bird fee, I know that's not a lot, $49. I probably could have charged $1,149 for this course, but I want to share the information with you. Hopefully today has been good for you, and you've kind of seen what I do, what I present, and I would like to see you there. There's a lot of things I do in the background, and the $49 pretty much pays for that. But if you wait till after March 6th, it's going to go up by $100. So right now you get a $100 discount. Just go to asmomaha.com to sign up for it. And if you go out to asmomaha.com, click on calendar, you will see my calendar there. And the second one down is Grow Your Business with LinkedIn webinar series. Just go to asmomaha.com/calendar. I have also put the link in the chat bar. So you can click on that link and get more information. All right. That was it. Questions and answers. If anybody has any questions and answers, put it in the questions box and we will get those answered. The first one that I have, how often should I post? When you're posting in social media, I would say 3 times a week is a great start. If even twice a week, what I tell people to do is get your rhythm, what feels best for you, and how much time do you have. If you use a tool like Hootsuite, you can sit down once a week and you can make all of your posts and schedule them for the next week. You can make your Twitter, your Facebook, your LinkedIn posts, and then they're all ready to go. What I suggest with businesses is they make their posts when things are slow with their business. Okay, where do I get information to post? What I tell a lot of people, especially in the financial industry, because we have 1 or 2 people from the financial industry, is that you could probably open up your hard drive and get all kinds of information about your business, maybe about articles you've read, about your product or your service. If, for instance, Connecticut, the water company, they probably have a lot of information about the benefits of drinking clean water or the health factors involved with drinking not so good water. If not, go to Google Alerts. Just go to Google and then Google Alerts, and at the top type in a keyword of information that you want to know about or that you want to share, and Google will give you a list of the most Googled stories over the last 24 hours. What that does is that already tells you what stories are popular. All you're doing is sharing it with people. How often should I send out, the next question, how often should I send out an email? Should I send it out more than once a month, more than twice a month? Okay, what we do with emails, we set a standard of once a month. And keep in mind, we have worked with over 200 businesses in all different genres, and that's probably even a low number. And what we found is we send out an email once a month, but also leave the door open for a potential second email. For instance, if you're going to a conference, maybe a couple of months before, you want to say, I'm going to this conference, put the link, give the link to the conference so people can actually look at it. And you may even have people go to the conference because of your email. And then, like the month before, send out an email. It also has some conference information, and then maybe a couple of weeks before the conference, remind people of where you're going, maybe say a little bit about the conference. So leave the door open to potentially do 2 emails a month, but I wouldn't go much beyond that. Okay, that looks like that does it for the questions. So I am going to go ahead and wrap up. I appreciate everybody tuning in today and being here, and I will let you know about my future webinars. I would love to see you on my LinkedIn webinar series that's coming up. It's starting March 10th. Like I said, it's only $49. And thank you for being here today. I hope I've given you enough information for you to go out and to be prosperous. So you take care. Have a great day. Bye.